Fazila, this is a very important question, and I'm glad that you asked it, because when you talk about the history of the OAU or the AU, we talk a lot about the founding fathers. We have important men who have been involved in setting up the structures of the OAU and the AU. But today we can boast the first woman head of the African Union. I think that is tremendous progress. It took us 50 years, but nevertheless we have now a woman heading the organization. And the other important factor which I have noticed when you come now to the meetings of the African Union, you find the commissioners, a number of commissioners who are women, who are putting together important portfolios, for instance on infrastructure. We have a woman heading the Commission on Infrastructure, on agriculture, on human rights. So I think this is very important to get the parity, 50-50 between the commissioners who are men and those who are women. When you look Africa-wide, of course, today we also have 2 women who are heads of state, so they come now to the African Union meetings, and it shows as role models and examples to the young girls who are growing up that they can achieve, they can hope to be head of state, they can hope to be heading the African Union, they can hope to be a commissioner. When you look at the countries themselves and how we have progress on the gender side, let me talk a little bit about history and then talk about the future. From the historical point of view, I think it's very interesting to note that some countries, including the country I come from in Tanzania, had, after independence, women parliamentarians. There were few, but they were present. And I think today we are boasting a number of countries like Rwanda that has majority women in parliament. And a number of countries, including Senegal, have put in place mechanisms to get a fixed number of women taking up parliamentary positions. My hope is that going forward, we wouldn't be having to have quotas, that automatically women who are talented and skilled would aspire to political positions, to positions of leadership in the private sector, in civil society, and of course in government. The other area that I look at where we've made progress but still work needs to be done is on science and technology. Again, very few departments have lots of women joining to become engineers, to become scientists. We've made a lot of progress from the University of Dar es Salaam, where it was very rare to have a woman engineer, to today having close to 50% of the students are women. And I think this is a very important achievement and one that can be continued and progressed country by country. When you look at the private sector, I think this is another area. Amongst the companies that do very, very well, we know are those that have women on their boards. So again, gender makes a big difference in terms of performance of companies, and I think this is an area going forward that not only will be seeing more women directors in companies, but more women chairs of companies. One sad factor that I found out recently is that even though women make up between 65 and 80% of labor in agriculture, the majority of farmer organizations are run by men. We had one very big farmer organization in Cameroon that was headed by a woman, but she left to do something else. And so it shouldn't be that this is a rare occasion, particularly in those sectors where women are very dominant in terms of contributing to the transformation of the countries. There is an interface that makes it very interesting to look in terms of transformation as well, and that's trade, cross-border trade. You travel across most countries when we are crossing it from one border into the next. We talk a lot about regional integration. The people who are making this happen on a day-to-day basis are women traders. But these women traders have difficulty in terms of their own safety as they cross borders. So in order to attract more women into trading activities and to bridge regional integration in critical ways, we need to have safety be one of the considerations that we look at. So going forward, my hope is that it will be easier for women to trade and move from one country to the next without having to worry about their safety, security, and even their valuables and even their personal security in terms of risks that happen to them across the border. I think overall we've done well, but we need to do more so that 50 years from now, when we are talking like this, maybe it wouldn't be me, it would be my daughter or my granddaughter, they would be saying, women, we are already there. We've been doing it for 50 years. And I think we have made the mark already, and I'm very happy to see that that is happening across Africa.